Investigators have yet to nail down a motive for this mass shooting. Paddock has no criminal history, no history of gun violence, but a former FBI profiler believes he was a psychopath who saw his life coming to an end, and he committed suicide in the most sensational way possible. Peggy Fox reports he may have even used a real-life playbook.
It's a very cold, calculated, and callous crime. It's predatory. He's on a perch 32 floors up, and he's shooting down at these people just like a hunter does when they're up in a tree.
Former FBI profiler Mary Ellen O'Toole is now the director of the Forensic Science Department at George Mason University. She says the Las Vegas shooting is very similar to the 1966 University of Texas tower shooting committed by 26-year-old Charles Whitman.
He took a trunk of weapons, multiple weapons, long barrel weapons, pistols, and he drug that trunk up an elevator and then flights of stairs to the top of the Texas Tower.
Paddock put his weapons in suitcases. Both carried them up to their sniper perches in front of other people. They positioned their guns in different places for maximum carnage.
Initially, people thought there were multiple shooters on the top of the tower that day because the shots were coming from so many different locations. But when in fact it was only one shooter.
Do you think it's likely Stephen Paddock researched the shooting in Texas?
I would suggest that he probably did.
Based on their actions, she believes both shooters were psychopaths.
What kind of a person commits a mass shooting?
When you have those kind of personality traits, callousness, cold-blooded, predatory, really well thought out, and instrumental violence. Instrumental violence is killing people you don't know who never did anything to you. It's a very unique kind of violence, and it's a violence that's preferred by individuals who have a psychopathic personality disorder.
She says psychopaths rarely commit suicide unless they feel like their life is over. Then they do it in a most elaborate, sensational way.
There's no way now, at 64 years old, I can fix this, but by God, you're not going to ruin my life. If my life is over, it's going to be on my terms.
One thing's certain, she says, Stephen Paddock had some secrets. In Fairfax, Peggy Fox, WUSA 9.
Now, that former FBI profiler believes investigators will soon learn what in Paddock's life led to that murderous rage. Something he felt signaled the end of his life, which, as Peggy just mentioned, meant that he was going to take his own hands or take his own life on his own terms.